excellent connection. So this is the plane we'll be flying for this flight. It's an F-5 from Austria. We're gonna head in these hills there ahead of us, and on the map here you can see that we're in the Frankfurt area, and so we're gonna go attack a recon group on the other side of this bridge here. We've got some vehicles already been hit, so we'll have a little bit of smoke to indicate to us where they are. There's a little bit of soldiers with AKs. There's a little enemy camp here that we'll probably try to bomb with our MK-82s. We can see there's a helicopter flying around, so if we spot it, maybe we'll shoot it. And that's more or less what the area looks like. So there. So let's go fly. So I chose this area because there's nice rolling hills, as you can see, and I like the green color of the trees that they have on this map. Looks really nice. And it's pretty dense in this sector here. I'm gonna put the radar on standby because I don't think I'll be using it. Even if I decide to shoot the helicopter, I'll probably just use the Sidewinder growl or my guns. We'll see. My focus is more on the air to ground on this one. I added the helicopter just for fun. I think we have our river here that we're going to be following. I think it becomes a little bit bigger further down. Cool little jet. And since I've set my TACAN, I'll be able to go to Wiesbaden after my attack. My German's not so great, so I guess if it starts with a W, it would be like Volkswagen or something like that. You'd have to pronounce it like a V. Wiesbaden, something like that. We're starting to see some smoke in the distance, so it's on the other side of that big hill, but I think that's where we're going. My heading should be like 335, 345, around there. I like how they put churches in the villages. You can see the nice structures like this here. Got a few towers. I don't know if they had like some sort of medieval castle here before, or it's just part of the scenery around these parts, and it looks nice. You can see a more urban area there. So we've got our big smoke there in the distance, but I think it's the two smaller ones there that we're going to be heading for. See some power lines there, things to watch out for when you're flying low. I don't know if these are manufacturing plants or power plants ahead. Sometimes you see power lines, there's power plants nearby, right? Let's have a look. Lots of bridges on the rivers, as you can see here. There's some there. This looks like a railroad bridge. Here you have road bridge. Some more bridges there. And our targets are close to a bridge in that area there. Oh, is that the helicopter there? Yeah. Let's switch our missiles on then. I'm gonna go to this position. The first missile hit. Boom. Okay, this thing's on fire. And there it goes. Alright, so we got that, but we just went past our targets, so we're going to fly back. I think the smaller smoke is where there's another vehicle that had been hit. So we're going to try to find 2 more BRDMs close to that. So climbing to be able to see the enemies a little bit better. They're in that clearing over there. Zoom in. You can see the camp. So that's their camp. There should be some vehicles around there. I think that's one of them. Yeah, the other one is here. It's behind the smoke. It's going to be tough. I didn't activate my rockets. Of course. Gonna need to do that. Lots of switches in these F5s. You gotta make sure you got them turned on when you're gonna go do an attack. I think it's gonna be better in the other direction than I'm gonna come in here, because I won't have the smoke in my face like I did this run. So nice practice run. Let's try this. Alright, I should come in a bit higher. There we go. Got them 2 vehicles lined up a little bit better. They're shooting at me now. Let's see how we did. Did we get him? I got at least one of them. The other one's shooting at me, so he's not dead. So I'll try a strafe run on the other. Before I do, though, I'm just going to jettison my empty rocket pods. I think they're empty. Oh no, there's still some rockets there. No, jettison them. We'll do a combination gun and rocket pass this time. I hadn't turned on my mirrors, so I guess I could do that. So there's the other vehicle. Prepare my guns. Trying to see where that's gonna land. If I got a hit there. Doesn't look like it. We'll try one more with guns, otherwise we'll just go drop our bombs on that camp there. These vehicles and tents there. The first vehicle just blew up, so that's good. As I enjoy the scenery, looks really nice. I don't know if the guns are enough for a BRDM. It's just a lightly armored vehicle, but he's trying to shoot back. I got some hits on him, but he's not dead. So what we'll do now is we'll set our reticle for bombs. We'll just drop the empty rocket pods. Set this here, set this on ripple. The interval, I kind of like to have the maximum interval. So this all looks good. I want it set on tail for the bombs because it's snake eyes. And I want them to be retarded because I'm going to drop them at high speed, low altitude. And I want my reticle down to 85. Something like that. If I can get like the number to line up properly, that's close enough. Okay, so that's where they are. Where's that camp? There it is. So full afterburner. I don't know if I'll be fast enough though. I want to get really low. And bombs away. So they went long. Thought I wasn't going to be fast enough, but I went too fast. So we'll strafe this, and then we'll go back to base, maybe get some more munitions. Yep. Turns out to be a bit more of a challenge than I thought. Maybe I'm out of practice a little bit with this plane. Gonna bring this back to like 15 or so for the guns. Well, we did get a few hits there on the guns. Yeah, that's good. And the other BRDM is still shooting at us. But we'll just try to fly back to base and rearm. Which will allow us to fly probably over Frankfurt or close to that area. Let's see. If we check the map, we're here. That's Frankfurt right there, and we're going here. So yeah, if I make a little bit of a right turn, we'll be going. Yeah, this is the Frankfurt area. We've got the big tower there. Let's go have a look. So it starts like more like residential areas, then you see it's built up a little bit more like lots of places in Europe, and the buildings get bigger. And then there's an industrial port area here. There's the big tower there for television or whatever it is, and then the skyscrapers. So say hello to the civilians who work here. Or probably wondering what the heck is that sound we just heard out the window. We're about 14 miles from Wiesbaden. Visually, it's right in front, 11 miles. Oh yeah, that's where it is. It's that one right there. I'm gonna put the reticle on it. That's the runway. So let's see if I can call the tower. So we'll have to go past the runway because we're landing runway 08 and we're heading in the west direction.
Infield 5, request landing.
Oh, that's an object I've never seen. It's like a water tower, I guess. Pretty cool. Alright, speed brakes out. Gonna go rearm. Get our gears down. Let's put our feet on the pedals. Slow ourselves down with the parachute. Somebody's gonna pick up the chute, I guess. Now since it's my first time landing here, I'll have to look where I can taxi. Okay, yes, there's this big parking area. We'll go rearm in the parking area and then we'll go back to the targets. Looks like it's summertime, so I guess we could get some fresh air. This looks like a spot where we might be able to rearm and refuel or whatever. Let's talk to the ground crew. I would like to have more fuel. More of that. Same loadout as before. Could you do that?
Request refueling. Request rearming. Copy.
So we can hear the refueling sound. Is it refuel and rearm? We could have a look around at the base.
Refueling complete.
So we got our fuel. Kind of funny, that structure there. From a distance, it looks like a roller coaster. But I guess it's just things connected to a building.
Rearming complete.
Okay, we're good. So, enough fresh air. Let's taxi back on the runway. I almost feel like I'm in decades gone by. I don't know if this is the right spot to get in on the runway. Yeah, I could go to the... Yeah. Let's take the other one just to be sure, because I don't know the area very well. What if the runway is a bit short for this plane? I don't know. We'll take the full length. I've noticed a lot of the runways are under a mile. They're not very long. So gotta make sure that you have enough room to take off with a full load, especially like we've got rockets and bombs here, so I want to be able to get all of that into the air. Should have maybe asked for permission for takeoff. But yeah, as usual, after you've landed, it's like they won't give it to you. It's not even in the options in the menu. So let's go fly back to the targets. Forgot to raise the nose wheels, so it's gonna be a bit bumpy here, but I think we'll be able to take off. But as you can see, we pretty much need all the real estate we have. And so now I'm gonna try to visually spot my big smoke. There it is. The smaller smokes are there. Okay, so we're heading for the smaller smokes. We're above 300. We'll get off the afterburners. Oh, another power plant. I guess that's one of the power plants that some people have fun flying through with the helicopters, because it's an open building. Kind of fun. I think my targets are in that area close to the river, near the bridges. Trying to determine what's going to be my best approach. I think from that direction, if I want to do a bomb run, it's going to be better. So I'll approach from that side. So I'll set my depression back to 85. I still have the bomb activated. That all looks good. So I'll try to approach like from that direction near the river all the way to the target there. So that's why I'm moving right of that smoke close to the bridge. Earlier when we started, we were like in the hills in that area, and we came that way, and I think that's going to be the best approach. That's the area. Alright. So just gonna triple check. This is activated. We're on ripple, we're on tail, longest spacing. Afterburners on. Guess I could put it on left low there. Here goes nothing. I knew it would go long because I pressed long. Ah well, I guess I need more practice with these bombs. I hadn't maneuvered perfectly either. So we'll go for rockets on that last vehicle. I wanted to go rockets, but I think I had not set this here to rocket dispenser, and therefore I had to use guns because that's all I had available. Did I set him on fire? Maybe I did. I don't know. Looks like something happened with my guns. Okay, I think we got him. Good. So I'll go for the remaining vehicles at the camp that I missed with my bombs. We'll use the rockets for that, I guess. There we go. I don't think there's going to be much left here. And that's what we wanted. No more helicopter, no more recon vehicles, no more camp. Oh, there is one truck, I think. Yeah, let's go for the last truck with guns. Just because I need the practice. Because I didn't have my internet connection last weekend, the only flying I was able to do in DCS was on the Caucasus map with the Su-25T, which still, you can have a little bit of fun with it, but that means I haven't flown all my other planes in about a week. And sometimes it doesn't take all that much time for us to get a bit rusty and forget a few buttons here and there. When I tried to test my internet connection for my new modem the other day, I went to fly online on a server and I realized that I had forgotten to turn on the GPS power on my GBU-31s on an F-16, and I went like, usually I never forget that, but that flight I did. So I guess at this point we're gonna beat RTB, so we'll head back towards our TACAN, which is 22 miles away. And because we're in single player, we're just gonna fast forward a bit. What I will do though is I will get off the afterburners because we don't have to go home that fast. I still would like to have some fuel when I get to base. So let's try that again. It's like we're in Star Trek and then engaging the warp drive. I just flew over the airfield, I believe. There we go. So we'll call the airfield again. See if we can get
Infield 5, inbound.
clearance to land.
Infield 5, flying at 259.46, QSE 29.49, runway 08. Infield 5, abort inbound, resuming mission.
I wanted to show outside view and I aborted my approach. Let's try that again.
Infield 5, inbound. Infield 5, flying at 265.47, QSE 29.49, runway 08, Japan altitude. Infield 5, abort inbound, resuming mission.
Ah, I hit the wrong key again. Well, this time I'm landing anyways. I've got my hands too busy to do anything else right now. Will do. Get our chute off. I like all those little details, those little radio antennas here, things that are transmitting from the base and stuff like that. Oh, look, a Peace Wagon. That's nice. Let's go park in that hangar. The yellow lines are a little bit confusing to follow, but I guess we'll just go straight in. So big I can probably turn around in it. There we go. Something like that. I guess the tractor will have to reposition us. We'll ask the ground crew to put the wheel chocks.
Place the wheel chocks.
We'll get some fresh air again.
Copy.
And then
Wheel
we'll
chocks
do
are now in place.
our lazy shutdown. And we'll watch our little ladder pop out when it's done. There comes the little ladder, and there we go. And if we want the ground crew to fill those guns in the front, we can do that as well. And then my pilot can get his visor up, and that makes it a complete mission. So hope you enjoyed the little flights. That was fun. Cool handout.